working, guys, so today I'm going to do karaoke.
Hey, good morning. I'm showing 0700. We'll get started with today's operational briefing for August 4th, 2021 for the Dixie incident. My name is Chris Kerr, the Plant Section Chief for IMT1. If you can please do me a favor and silence your cell phones, turn down your radios, keep all side conversations outside the briefing area so that everybody gets a good briefing. We'll get started with the incident operation update.
Good morning, Josh Campbell, Night Ops for Team 1. So yesterday was pretty eventful, but today may be a little bit more eventful. Yeah, we had some spots outside the line yesterday. We're trying to get around them, but it's forcing our hand to move further up to try to gain ground to corral those spots. In Division Alpha, same as it's been. They're just continue to push up 70. In fact, we stole some resources out of there last night. We moved them around to the top where we needed them to try to make better hay of what's going on up there. Division Bravo and Charlie still looking really good, except for Charlie yesterday. That spot in there came out in the afternoon. It was 19 acres. They got around it. It's pretty shaky though, so they're staying in there until they get a hot handoff this morning. Division Echo and Foxtrot still trying to button up that piece around Cuttle Flats there and Bull Hill, trying to make get some depth where they fired that a long time ago, but there's still a lot of heat in there that they're working on. Division Golf, Ida, they just patrolled that yesterday. It's looking really good in there. Give it a couple more days and they might be able to pull some hose out of there and backhaul some stuff. Juliet and Lima, they were busy. They had those two spots that were sharing resources, just trying to figure out a way to keep it basically from crossing Highway 36 there. And obviously in Division Mike, you can see where it came across to 89 and burned into West Almanor. They got line around that and they're working that this morning. So, and then additionally the zone line changed today, so that'll be a little bit different for you guys. Have a good shift.
Thank you. Moving on to the objectives for the incident, starting with the management objectives. Utilize the risk management process to identify and mitigate hazards to protect firefighters and the public. Emphasize strategies and tactics that have the highest probability of success and the least exposure to firefighters and the public. Develop strategies to protect life, property, communities, businesses, and infrastructure. Employ tactics that fulfill these strategies while being mindful of the necessity for contingency and emergency plans. Ensure strategies account for incident priorities, applying resources to those with the highest probability of success first. Follow COVID-19, CDC, and establish local, state, and federal guidance to limit the virus spread within the incident, the surrounding communities near the fire area. Provide timely and continuous incident information to affected agency partners, cooperators, California Team 4, as well as the public. Maintain fiscal accountability and keep cost commensurate with values at risk. Control objectives. Keep the fire north of the fire perimeter in Highway 162 and the junction of Highway 70. Keep the fire south of Stover Mountain. Keep the fire east of Highway 32. And keep the fire west of Genesee Road and Grizzly Ridge to Highway 70. Fire weather.
All right, good morning, Ryan Walbrin. So let's just kind of walk through the day. First and foremost, take the time to read the forecast that I put in there. I feel good about the discussion. Everything is still valid. Last night around midnight when the IR ship flew, the column that's up in branch 9 was still up at 21,000 feet. Right now, looking at satellite, we're obscured by smoke right now, but there's still a ton of heat. It held itself all night. So the column is still up and going as we start the day. If you read the forecast, quiet conditions through midday, then we start that red flag warning at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That red flag goes through your whole operational period right through Thursday evening. The southwest winds are going to increase through the day, just like they have the previous 2 days. You're not going to feel them down on the ground. They're going to be up in the crowns and just above the crowns. So what that means is when that column is up there, your spotting distances are going to be a lot farther than they've been the previous 2 days. In addition, as this dry cold front goes through, that again, you're not going to feel at the ground. It's going to be aloft. It's going to create a lot of instability. So you're going to have that pyrocumulus with wind-driven potential. So it's all lined up. Last night at 1 in the morning, the Humbug Raws, which is out in the middle of this thing, was 6% humidity. So we're starting the day with incredibly low humidity values, hot temperatures, changing wind directions. So it's all lined up. Can't say it any more clearly. Please make sure that everybody out there knows what's going on. Expect that column to be leaning over on you, and everybody knows where they are. Thanks.
Fire behavior.
Good morning, John Cook, Fire Behavior. So the fire behavior analyst's job is to not just tell you this stuff's dry out there, to make sure that when you get out there, you're not surprised by what you see. You don't get out there and at the end of the day go, man, I did not know that was going to happen. That's my job, that's weather's job, to make sure you're completely up to date on intelligence and understanding what the consequences are when you get out there. So today, you've heard it, it's a critical day. We're red flagging. Moisture's at 2%, you got 99% probability of ignition on spotting. All the spotting, a lot of it's going to take. Most of it's going to take. Those winds he's talking about, you may not feel at the surface, but when that column gets up, you're going to get an indraft. You're going to feel that wind shift, and you're going to feel different changes going on as that behavior picks up. All the fire danger today is maxed out. ERC, how hard it's going to be to contain. Spread component, how fast it's going to go. Ignition component, how many spots they're going to be. They're all over 97% today. This is all lining up against us. It will spot. It will run, it will torch. It is going to happen. Don't take it personal. Deal with it. You're not doing a bad job. This is a very, very bad situation. As we come around the fire, you know, you've been told about the wind shift. You got a lot of work to do in here. That wind shift's coming 24 hours from now. Same with the area through here. This growth up in the north end, it's going to want to come around this butt mountain. Hopefully we got some good topography to work with as it transitions down out of that higher elevation, but it is going to be very active and lift up here going around that butt mountain. Winds are going to be tough all along the division here, and you know it's going to be a tough day. In firefighting, I'm going to leave you with this. When you receive and understand the message, you say, copy that. So, all y'all back there, and all y'all in here, if you've heard and understand what weather and behavior have told you today, and you're ready to go fight fire aggressively, having provided for safety first, can I get a copy that? Take care of each other.
Operational work assignments.
Good morning, Merrick Fields, Operations for CAL FIRE IMT1. So you've just heard, it should not be a surprise to anybody at about 1,300 hours if this thing starts to get active on us up in that Almanor country branches 9 and 10. It's going to happen today. So one of the things that really hurt us yesterday is it was spotting so far out in front of us. The residual heat from a timber fire is throwing those spots out there. You have a receptive fuel bed out there. Every single ember that goes across the line is starting a new spot fire. Those spot fires are standing up and they're starting to throw spots. So we need to be heads up on that and paying attention. So this afternoon, when things start to heat up, divisions and branches and strike team leaders, everybody needs to have accountability for all of their resources. They need to know where they're at, what they're doing. We need to know where all of our TRAs are and the safety zones are, and we need to have a plan for when this thing does stand up out there. We're going to get out there today and we're going to do a lot of hard work, but when it stands up, we're probably going to be in point protection and some structures in there, and we need to be making sure that we are all paying attention and we've got good leaders' intent from our divisions and branches out there. So for our work assignments today, Alpha and Bravo are still looking good. We're in there doing that tactical patrol in there through some of that stuff. As we move up into Division Charlie, Snow Meadows is a thorn in our side again. Snow Meadows slipped out on us yesterday. We've got 19 acres in there outside of our main line. It's within our dozer line, but we've had to go in there and cut hand line around it. That's going to be difficult for us to deal with. So we're going to do a hot handoff in there. So our Division Charlie resources going in there need to get briefed here at your divisional breakout, and they need to get out there on the line as quickly as we can and then start working on that and mopping that up and putting that to bed, because that's going to be really crucial tomorrow morning when the northeast winds turn around on us. Moving up into Echo and Foxtrot, we're looking good in there. We've got a lot of mop up done, but we need to keep pushing in and mop up as far as we can in there and make sure that piece is secure, because it's really going to get wind tested tomorrow morning. That's going to be crucial for us. We need to hold on to this bottom end of it when those northeast winds start blowing on us. Moving up into Foxtrot and Golf, that stuff in there, going up Humboldt Mountain, we're looking really good in there, but we're finding heat in there close to the line. So we need to get in there and be really diligent and make sure that everything's mopped up as deep in as we can. Moving up into Juliet and Lima, that's where we started having some troubles yesterday. It stood up on us and it started pushing. It, for the most part, is held up on the dozer line going through Soldier Meadows, but we have spots out there already. We've got one spot across Highway 36. It's an acre, and we've got resources in there working on it. We're still going to try and hold it to Snow Meadows, the main fire, the biggest spot fire here. We're still going to try and hold it to Snow Meadows and hopefully south of 36, but based on the fact that we've already got spot fires across there, I have a feeling that there's more spot fires that are going to pop up. So we need to be really heads up in there and paying attention to all of those spot fires. And if we start getting too many in there, we're going to have to just drop back and hold the left flank of that spot fire and not let it cross or not let it move laterally to the west. Moving up into Division Lima, that's where we're probably going to get tested there on Highway 89 today. We've got multiple layers of dozer lines in there. Our big picture dozer line now is we're going to come out of Chester and take the Warner Valley Road and start opening up that all the way up and around. It's been evacuated. It's going to take us a little bit to get that line all opened up. And then we're going to have a Chester group in there. It's not completely staffed yet, but as resources come in today, we'll be standing up a Chester group for point protection in the communities in there in Chester and along the Highway 89 corridor. These two pieces that slopped out on us, this one here, we've got direct line on it. We're in there mopping up, but I'm going to tell you, it's a timber fire. Unless that's 100% mopped up all the way through there, when the winds surface today, the potential for spot fires to come out of that is real. And then we've got engines in the peninsula as well. And then moving down into Mike over in here in this country, we're still looking good. It's all held where it was yesterday, but it's still a timber fire, and it's got the potential to come out of there. So we need to try and really reinforce that line that we've got in there and have a good, safe shift.
Thank you. Branch and division roll call.
Good morning, BJ Corey, Resource Unit Leader with Team 1. This will be our branch and division roll call for the West Zone, so branches and divisions, both here and at Westwood. When you hear your name, please stand, face the back so everybody can see and hear you. And starting with Branch 1, they will be reporting direct to operations. The Division Alpha will be McCoy, Butte Fire Suppression Repair, Derby, and McDaniel. Silver Dollar Staging, Riley. Branch 5, Vance. Here. Bravo Charlie, Crabtree. Here. Division Echo, Pindell. Here. And Singleton. Here. Branch 7, Purvis. Here. Foxtrot, Edson. Here. And Wright, Trainee. Here. Division Golf, White. Here. To Branch 9, Felix. India Juliet, Ryan. Vision Lima, League. And Baker, Trainee. Westwood Staging, Rodriguez. Branch 10, Stornetta. We have a change in Division Mike. It is now Swope. And Reese, Trainee. Lake Almanor Group, Ortega. And then in Highway 89 will now be to be determined. Chester Group will be to be determined. And Lassen Fire Suppression Repair, Hauser. And Denman. Thank you, everybody, and have a safe shift.
Yeah, just a couple of reminders. If you're not in the IAP and you're not on the DMOB list, check in with unassigned resources back where you picked up your IAPs, and we'll figure out where you're supposed to go for today. Additionally, just as a reminder, we will not be shutting down Westwood Camp for the next couple of days. So if you're up to the north, please continue to show up there for a briefing. Air operations.
Good morning, everyone. Thomas Smith, Deputy Air Ops, Team 1. We're going to start off the morning early up to air attack and tankers. For you guys to line up for rotor wing, we got 14 Type 1s, 6 Type 2s, 5 Type 3s for the whole incident, with some more Type 1s and Type 2s on order coming in hopefully throughout the day. With that said, I want to reemphasize the opportunities we're getting to have the rotor wing working on the fire are limited with smoke. The sooner you guys can be monitoring and responding to them when they call you out on the air-to-ground or air-to-ground command, every minute's beneficial to us on the fire. So make sure you're monitoring air-to-ground, tactical, and air-to-ground command. With that, we stood Deer MRB back up. That's available for aerial and ground application retardant. And final, UAS, anything drone UAS has to be approved through the Air Operations Branch Director, and otherwise identify, notify, and we'll verify it. Have a safe shift.
Communications.
Good morning, Prince Wilkerson, Commel Training, Dixie, West Communications. There's no new clone today. However, we really want to drive the point home to check your 204s for the area that you're working in as far as understanding the commands that's going to actually work out for you. No unassigned frequencies on the incident. If you have any questions about what frequencies are approved for the incident, check your 205s. With that being said, be safe, have a good day.
Medical.
Good morning, Race Wiggless, Medical Unit Leader. Today your 206 can be found on page 34. In-camp medical here at Westwood. Up at Westwood, we have MERT available over by the CDC tents. That's where they're located at. Down here we have CalMat for any medical needs. Ambulance and REMS locations are located on your 206 and box 4. We still have 24-hour hoist capability. Also, located in the back where you picked up your IAPs, we have the quick reference line emergency cards. Feel free to pick one up and have a safe shift. Thank you.
Safety.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Brad Niven with Safety. Every single person out there on the line today, take the time, read the fire behavior forecast, read the fire weather forecast. Every single firefighter, every single person on a water tender or a grader or a masticator, take the time, read those things today, understand those things today. Next, IWI pocket cards. We printed out a whole bunch more of them today. You should have these falling out of your pockets. Uniform, Nomex, vehicles. Everybody should have one of these. But it doesn't do any good if we don't know what's on the card. If we haven't taken the time to read that and understand it, do that today. And I'll leave you with this: be smart today.
Information.
Good morning, Jeremy Hollingshead, Public Information. If you could all turn to page 43 in your IAP, I have some updated numbers on the fire. Currently, the fire is at 274,139 acres with 35% containment. Total personnel is 4,927. Also on page 43 are our social media policies. Please remember, when you're operating on a CAL FIRE incident, you'll abide by CAL FIRE social media policies. And please, if you have any photos or videos, bring them to the front PIO trailer so they can be vetted and possibly posted to our social media. Thank you. Have a safe shift.
Law enforcement liaison.
Good morning, Todd Crawford, Law Enforcement Liaison, CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 1. Evacuations remain in place for 4 counties right now: Butte, Tehama, Plumas, and Lassen. We do have evacuation orders all around Lake Almanor and that Chester area. So to stay updated on evacuation orders, please check with the county's websites for updated evacuation orders. On road conditions, we still have 70 closed, 32, 36, and 89. Want everyone to be careful. You know, this is very dynamic. Today we may have a lot of moving parts with resources and residents moving in and out of areas. So be careful on the roadways, keep your speeds down, and watch out for everybody. Thank you.
The final comments from our Unified Incident Commander.
Hey, good morning. George Huang, Deputy Incident Commander for CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 1, along with Unified with the Forest Service and California Team 4. Situational awareness, as you know, the East Zone, California Team 4 transitioned in last night. So as we know, transitions come in and go, but situational awareness, make sure you guys know that, who you're communicating with, especially in the zone break. 6% RAH along with 21,000 foot plume elevation last night at midnight. Those are critical needs. Those are critical information that you should be passing on to your folks in the field. Everything that we used to do at night is changing our operations throughout this whole entire incident, and you guys know that, especially branches, divisions, operations in the team. Pay attention to the weather, read and communicate that down to your folks on the ground. Communities, We are evacuating communities as we speak and from the last couple of days. That is critical because we are representing these communities. Communities are stressed. Make sure you pass the correct message on because we are doing everything we can as a team. Every single fire department here on this fire, we're doing everything we can to suppress this fire. That communication needs to be pushed out all the way to the communities and to the firefighters on the ground and everyone else. Lastly, our firefighters have been engaged all day and night, structured defense, firefront following. Get out there as soon as you can, replace them so they can get some rest. Have a great day.
Thank you. Moving on to our breakouts. My left, your right, starting with Division Alpha, Butte Fire Suppression Repair, staging on the inside left on the inside the gate, directly across Bravo Charlie, Division Echo, Foxtrot, and Golf. Have a safe shift. A reminder, unassigned resources, go see resources back at the back table. Have a great day.